Good morning, students.
Good morning.
Good morning.
गुड मॉर्निंग बच्चे कराओ शुरू.
Morning, students. Today we are going to very interesting topic. But before starting the topic, I will ask from you few questions that should be based on a video. So if you know the answer, just raise your hand and don't give collective responses. Now look at the video. Listen the video carefully.
नहीं बच्चों वीडियो नहीं चली.
Have you watched the video, students?
Yes,
Have you watched the
ma'am.
video? Now tell me, the actress is promoting which product?
Oil.
Yes, she is promoting oil. Nihal Shanti Amla. They are spending certain percentage of profit on which social cause?
5%. 5%.
They are spending certain percentage of profit on which social cause?
Education. For education.
They are spending on education. What percentage of profit they are spending on education?
5%.
Yes, very good, Aman. They are spending 5% of their profit on education. Then what we call the activities undertaken by the enterprise for the welfare of the society, in addition to the earning profits.
Social responsibility.
Yes, very good. We call it as the responsibility, a corporate social responsibility. Students, today we are going to start with the topic corporate social responsibility. Corporate social responsibility. Write down the meaning of corporate social responsibility on your notebook. Corporate social responsibility. Corporate social responsibility. Refers to responsibility. Refers to the responsibility of the business enterprise towards its stakeholders, towards the environment and towards the business itself. What means social responsibility? Corporate social responsibility refers to the responsibility of business enterprise towards stakeholders, towards the environment and the business itself. Business cannot survive without the society. Social interaction, without social interaction, no business can survive because business depends upon the society for the resource, for the production of goods. They take resources from the society and then produce goods for the society. This will be clear with the help of an example. In the paper manufacturing industry, what is the raw material, basic raw materials are required? In the paper manufacturing industry, what is the basic raw material required?
Wood.
Yes, very good. Wood is required. And wood is a natural resource or man-made resource?
Natural resource.
Wood is a natural resource or man-made resource? Yes, very good, Simran and Megha. Wood is a natural resource. As business is using the natural resources, they are cutting down trees. Then what should be the responsibility towards the environment? They are cutting down trees, but should be the responsibility? They are harming the environment. Then what should they do? Try to answer. Okay, I will answer you. They have to plant more trees. They have to save the protect the environment by planting more trees and causing less harm to the environment. Now, all those here have you written on the notebook the meaning of corporate social responsibility? Okay. Also, corporate social responsibility is a voluntary act in other countries, but India was the first country which has made it compulsory to spend on CSR activities. It has made compulsory to spend on CSR activities in India. Write down on your notebook. In India, CSR is governed under Clause 135 of Companies Act. Which act? It is regulated under the Clause 135 or Section 135 of Companies Act 2013. Companies Act 2013. It was made compulsory on 23rd August. 23rd August. Note down the date on your notebooks. 23rd August 2013, but it got signed by the President of India. Then it became the law, and from the upcoming year 2014-15, they have to spend, the large business organizations have to spend 2% of their profit, 2% of their profits of the past 3 years. Out of the past 3 years profit, they have to spend only 2% of their profit on the CSR activities. And all the large organization, this is the technical term and the related to law that we will discuss in the next class. Today, we will continue with the simple definition and meaning and scope of corporate social responsibility. Now, write down the definition of CSR.
ठीक है बच्चे, बस कर, बहुत अच्छा, कल नालों फर्क है। ठीक है श्वेता, बस।
Definition of CSR according to European Commission.
श्वेता बस कर, ठीक है, अच्छा है, कल
नालों।
हाँ बस कर
चार्ट।
हाँ बस दिखा दे, चार्ट दिखा दे, चार्ट दिखा दो, चार्ट दिखा दो। बस ठीक है बच्चे। ठीक है। हाँ बस ठीक है बच्चे, वेरी गुड।
सर आज बात सही थी।
हाँ हाँ आज ठीक था, कल से आज फर्क है, थोड़ा वीडियो भी अच्छी चल गई और कॉन्फिडेंस में भी थोड़ा सा फर्क है ना। चलो बच्चे आज ये 93 का हो गया दोबारा
सर आज
लेसन।
मैंने स्टैंड बनाया अपने।
हाँ जी बच्चे, क्या कह रही है श्वेता?
सर आज मैंने स्टैंड बनाया अपने लिए खुद।
हाँ
कुछ नहीं सर, मैं ये कह रही हूँ कि स्टैंड नहीं था, कल प्रॉब्लम हो रही थी, इसी कारण मैंने खुद बना लिया स्टैंड।
हाँ हाँ
तो
ऐसे
सेट था।
ऐसे ऐसे होता है। गुड गुड मॉर्निंग।
Yes. Good morning. Today we will learn about very interesting topic. First
Good
of all,
morning, ma'am.
good morning, Herman. First of all, I will ask few questions. Don't give collective response. Just raise your hand and answer me. Now, my first question is: who manages the work in an organization?
Manager.
Yes, yes. Jasprit, good, very good. Please sit down. Now, my next question is: tell me the first function of management.
Planning. Planning.
Yes, yes, good, Aman. Now my second question is, after planning, which is the next function?
Organizing.
Yes, Mansi, organizing. Now my next question is, in which process where there is an instruction where there is a giving instruction from superior to subordinate?
Directing.
Yes, repeat answer, Mansi.
Directing.
Yes, good. Today's topic is directing. Its features and importance. Now open your notebooks and write the meaning of directing. Directing means giving instructions and guidance to employees, to people in doing work. Directing is a process which gives instructions and guidance to people in doing work. It exists where there is a relationship between two persons. One is superior and another one is subordinate. Superior is a person who gives instructions and subordinate is a person who follow that instruction or subordinate. So we can say that directing exists where there is a relationship between two persons, that is superior and subordinate. Or we can say that directing always flows from top to bottom. I will explain with the help of an example. For example, if a hotel owner give instructions to his employees in certain activities, in this example, owner is a superior and employee is a subordinate. I hope you understand the example.
Yes,
Yes. Okay. I will give you another example. Now you tell me who is superior and who is subordinate. A teacher give instructions or guidance to his students in completing a project. Now you tell me who is superior.
Teacher.
Yes, good. Good, Muskan. Now who is subordinate?
Students.
Yes, this case is also applied in an organization in which a superior give instructions to his subordinates where directing takes place. I hope you understand the meaning of directing. Yes, anybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Aman. Now write the definition of directing. According to is a process of managing in which subordinate led to understand and work to accomplishment of goal. Directing is a process of managing in which subordinate led to understand and work to accomplishment of goal. Directing is a process which exists. There is a relationship between superior and subordinate. Superior give instructions or guidance in which subordinate has a problem to work so that he can accomplish the goal of an organization. I hope you understand the definition of directing. Yes, anybody?
Yes.
Okay. Now I will explain the features of directing. Features. First feature is it initiates action. Directing state initiate actions which tells that employees are appointed up to 3 functions of management. Now tell me what are various functions of management? Yes, anybody?
Planning, organizing, acting, directing,
Yes.
control.
Yes. Employees are appointed up to 3 functions of management, that is planning, organizing and directing. Planning, organizing and staffing, but actual work is initiated in the 4th function, that is directing. I hope you understand.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now second feature is requires at every level. Now tell me how many levels of management?
Top level, middle level, lower level.
Yes. Directing take place at every level of management, whether it is at top level or middle level or lower level. It states that it exists where there is a relationship between superior and subordinate. I will explain with the flashcard. Is it visible to you? Yes.
Ma'am.
Okay. This is a CEO of a company which gives order to a general manager to check the whether the strategy is implemented or not. So here CEO is a superior and general MD is a subordinate. So directing exists where there is the superior and subordinate at top level. I hope you understand the example. Yes, anybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, is it visible?
Yes.
Okay. At middle level, departmental head give orders to his superintendent. Now tell me who is superior and who is subordinate? Yes, anybody?
Departmental head is superior.
And who is subordinate?
Superintendent is subordinate.
Yes, directing is required at every level, but important fact is where there is a relationship between 2 persons, superior and subordinate. I hope you understand the second feature of directing. Yes, anybody?
हाँ ठीक है बच्चे, बस कर.
Okay.
वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड, बहुत अच्छा है. ये जरा फ्लैश कार्ड
Thank
बनाया,
you, sir.
ये जरा फ्लैश कार्ड बनाया ना बच्चे, इधर साइज थोड़ा
हाँ
सा
जी, सर.
छोटा है. ठीक है.
Okay, sir.
हाँ इन्हें थोड़ा सा बड़ा कर सकते
ठीक है,
हैं
sir.
आप. गुड।
ठीक है सर।
हाँ,
A very good morning, class. So today we will start with the very new topic. But before starting the topic, I'll give you a situation. Listen carefully, and in the end, I will ask you a question. Don't give collective answers. Just raise your hands. Okay? So suppose you are a manager in an organization. You are working as a manager in an organization, and you manage the all the departments, and there's a department called inventory management, and 5 persons or employees are working in that department. Out of that 5 employees, one gets retired and 2 employees left the job. So now tell me that what will you do to fill the vacant positions in that department?
Recruit a person. Other
Recruitment.
person on that place.
Yes, very good. So tell me, in commerce, what we call the managerial function of filling and keeping filled the position in an organization?
Recruitment. Staffing.
Staffing, yes. Staffing, recruitment is a function of staffing. Okay, so our today's topic is staffing and its process. So students, open your notebooks and write down the meaning of staffing in your notebooks. Staffing means means filling and keeping filled the positions in an organization structure. So staffing means filling. Filling means employees, manpower. Filling of manpower and keeping filled the positions. Keeping filled means there should be no vacant position left in the organization in any department. So every time the position should be filled in an organization structure. Okay, students, have you understand the meaning of staffing? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So staffing also means putting people to jobs. When we start any organization, we require manpower to work in that organization, because manpower is the very important asset of any organization. Without them, we can't run any organization. Okay? So now we will do the process of organization, staffing. Chart this. So our first point of staffing is processes estimating manpower requirement. So chart visible है कि थोड़ा नेड़े करो?
ठीक है बच्चे, ठीक है बच्चे, बस पढ़ाओ।
Estimating manpower requirement. When we start an organization, we do a vertical and horizontal inspection in an organization. Vertical means like this. Okay? Top, level, middle, level, and lower level. This is a vertical inspection. Okay? After that, horizontal inspection means Horizontal inspection means that every level, how many departments are there and how many vacant positions are there which have to be filled. So in an organization, we also have to encourage women and diversity in an organization. There should be an inclusive environment so that every person should be welcomed and working under same department or under same roof. So there are various benefits, or we can say diversity is important in an organization. So what are the various benefits of diversity are in an organization? Inclusive environment. In an organization, when we welcome every sort and type of people, there should be an inclusive environment and they openly talk to each other, the employees. Second is respect individual differences. They learn to respect individual differences and their culture, their thinking level. Allow business to reach its full potential. When we appoint people from different culture and different areas, they have diverse talent and they work with that zeal to keep the business going on a level. And these and next point is attract the best talents. Suppose you are working in an organization which is in Ludhiana. So if we hire employees from only Ludhiana, then there is, we can say, same type of employees are there. Okay. So when we hire different employees from diverse regions, we attract the best talents also. So the next is boost global reputation. It also have the effect on your global reputation. That look at that organization, they hire people from all regions and not just pointing on a particular area. Okay. Last is varied perspectives. Suppose there are different cities or states in the world. Every people living in different city or the state having different perspectives, or their thinking level is different, their way of seeing a thing is different. So these are the some benefits of diversity in an organization. So an organization always look and try to hire people with diverse regions. Okay. So next point is recruitment. So when we measure that how much manpower is requirement, our next step is recruitment, that we stimulate the people to apply for the job. Recruitment can be done from two sources. Recruitment can be done from two sources, internal and external. Internal means from within the organization. Like the organization or the manager see that there are how many people who are on the list of their payroll. Okay, so जो internal recruitment होती है उसमें basically क्या होता है, transfer होती है, that the person is transferred from one organization to another, or promotion. That is there any person who is eligible for promotion, they can fill the vacant position with the promotion or transfer also. So the external sources are that we stimulate people to apply for the job. Now the question is where they can apply. So the question is for you that where you can apply for the job in any organization, or what are the sources where you can apply for a job.
Internal and external.
Muskan, I am asking that what are the sources from where you come to know that there is a position vacant in an organization. What are the sources? Yes.
Newspaper.
Newspaper.
Yes, very good. Newspaper.
News or advertisement.
To placement agencies. Yes, placement agencies. Anything else?
Advertisement.
Yes, advertisement. So
Employment
come to
exchange.
yes, employment exchange, very good. So these are some sources from where you come to know that there is a position vacant in an organization. We can say that ads in newspapers or job portals. You can see that there are many job portals in the online. That is, for example, Indeed. Okay, it is a job portal that where you can check that there is a position in any organization or not. Okay, job portals from advertisements. Employment exchange. So these are some of the internal and external sources of recruitment. So our next step is selection.
बस कर बच्चे,
So
बस
when
कर,
you
बस कर। ठीक है बच्चे, ठीक है। लेकिन ये ਜਿਹੜਾ ਡਾਈਵਰਸ ਵਾਲਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੇ ਫਲੈਸ਼ ਕਾਰਡ ਬਣਾਇਆ ਹੈ, ਉਹਦੇ ਤੇ ਨਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਛੋਟਾ ਛੋਟਾ ਕਰਕੇ ਲਿਖਿਆ ਹੈ। ਔਰ ਫਲੈਸ਼ ਕਾਰਡ ਦਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੋਈ ਪਿਕਚਰ ਦਿਖਾਣੀ ਹੈ ਹਨਾ, ਕੋਈ ਫੋਟੋ ਦਿਖਾਣੀ ਹੈ ਜਾਂ ਇੱਕ ਫਲੈਸ਼ ਕਾਰਡ ਤੇ ਇੱਕੋ ਹੀ ਚੀਜ਼ ਦਿਖਾਣੀ ਹੈ। ਹੁਣ ਇਹਦੇ ਤੇ ਵੀ 6-7 ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਆ ਗਈਆਂ ਹਨਾ, ਤਾਂ ਇਹ ਵੀ ਇੱਕ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦਾ ਚਾਰਟ ਹੀ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ।
ਸਰ ਐਕਚੁਅਲੀ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਨਾ ਮੈਂ ਪਿਕਚਰਸ ਸੋਚਣ ਦੀ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਵੀ ਕੀਤੀ ਸੀ ਬਟ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਪਿਕਚਰ ਕੋਈ ਸਮਝ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਈ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਇਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਟਾਫਿੰਗ ਪ੍ਰੋਸੈਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਿਕਚਰਸ ਕਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਯੂਜ਼ ਹੋ ਸਕਦੀਆਂ ਹੈ। ਮੈਂ ਸਰਚ ਵੀ ਕੀਤੀ ਸੀ ਪਰ ਦੈਟਸ ਵਾਈ ਫਿਰ ਮੈਂ ਫਲੈਸ਼ ਕਾਰਡ ਹੀ ਬਣਾ ਲਿਆ ਸੀ, ਐਟਲੀਸਟ ਕੁਝ ਤਾਂ ਹੋਵੇ ਸ਼ੋ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ। ਤਾਂ
ਹਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ, ਉਹ ਚਾਰਟ ਹੈਗਾ ਸੀ ਪਰ ਫਲੈਸ਼ ਕਾਰਡ ਦਾ ਫਿਰ ਕੰਸੈਪਟ ਖਰਾਬ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਨਾ, है ना।
ओके
हाँ चलो ठीक है, ओके नेक्स्ट स्टूडेंट। ठीक है,
Oh, very good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Okay. Yeah, the very new topic of study. Introducing to the topic of today, I will present you a situation. And on the basis of that situation, I will ask you some questions. Listen to that situation carefully and don't give me the collective responses on that. If you know the answer, just raise your hand and give an answer to the question being asked to you. So here the situation I am presenting. Let's do shopping. There's a conversation going between two persons. Let's do shopping. Rita said to Rekha. And now, Rekha in reply said, in this hour of past midnight, who will be sitting with his shop open for you? Then Rita said, we are not going anywhere. We'll be just sitting at home and doing the shopping over the internet. So this was the entire situation, conversation going between Rita and Rekha. Now my first question to you is, where do we go for offline shopping?
Market.
Markets? Yes, very good. Market. My second question is, what are the timings for the offline shopping?
In the midnight.
Offline shopping, I'm saying.
Depends upon the shop. During day.
Yeah, mostly daytime. Okay, so my third question to you is, in the above situation which I talked, what are the timings when both characters are doing shopping?
Midnight.
Midnight. Now fourth question to you is, which mode is being used by the characters in the above situation for the shopping?
Online shopping. Online shopping.
Online shopping, internet. So the last and the final question, what term refers to when buying and selling of goods are done over the internet with any time, anywhere facility.
E-commerce.
E-commerce.
E-commerce, and we can use the other synonym of it, e-business. So students, today we are going to start with the topic of e-business. So basically, the students, we have an era of digitalization that most of our tasks are being done with the virtuality, with the over the internet, online. So digitalization, and it is an era of globalization that we cannot do the business or we cannot access to our nearby companies only. We want the information. We want to do the business all over the world, that basically beyond the territories of our country or region also. And the outsourcing activities are also being done. So in that case, e-business has been introduced. This is the term which was coined by IBM Marketing. IBM Marketing in 1996. Basically, e-business is implemented in order to improve the productivity and profitability of the business firms. Clear, students? Now, open the book and write down the meaning of e-business. So, it's very much quite understood to all of you that e-business is a term which denotes e, that is electronic, and business, that is state of being busy, that is buying and selling of with an aim of earning the profit. So e-business is what? When transactions, listen to the word students, transactions being conducted online and sharing of information over the internet. So, students, these are the words which is basically describing the meaning of e-business. So, I'm highlighting few words. Number one is transaction. So, what here transaction is denoting? Buying and selling of goods and services between the buyer and seller. Online, it is what? E-form, electronic form, that is virtually. Sharing of information, that is when the seller will host their product details over the internet, present the details of the product over the internet. And the last we have internet. Again, it is one of the important tools. If you want to implement the e-business, it's an important tool which is required to basically conduct this e-business. So students, are you clear with the meaning of e-business? Yes, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes,
now
ma'am.
now I am going to show you one video which can clarify your concept more easy. Look at this video. So here this video is basically stating the concept of e-business. The lady is doing the shopping over the internet. The details or the information of the product is hosted by the business firms. via applications. And she is doing what? Adding to her cart. The whole process is being done by the company. Then she go to proceed to payment. Then at a particular time, she will receive the order, and order is being delivered to her place. Now students, I'm going to show you the famous applications which are doing the e-business. So number one is Amazon. All of you are aware with the application or the company Amazon, who is dealing with the variety of the products and brands. And you can at any time, anywhere with the 24-hour x7 facility, you can access to this brand and can do the shopping. Number two we have is of eBay. Again, it's a source of e-business only, buying and selling or transaction being conducted over the internet via application. Another we have the Walmart. Walmart is what? Save money, live better. It is one store shop which is having their physical stores also and virtual stores also, and deals with the number of the brands, number of the products. So clear with the entire three examples, students? Clear with the three. Now my
ठीक है
question
बच्चे,
to you is
मुस्कान बस
name
कर,
to application.
मुस्कान बस कर. वेरी
सर
गुड.
अभी मॉडल्स नहीं करवाए.
हाँ ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं, बस ठीक है, तुम्हारा ठीक ही होता है. इसमें ना एक दो बात है, ये जो फ्लैश कार्ड दिखाया है ना, अगर हम उसका बैक
जी
साइड
सर.
भी यूज कर रहे हैं तब उसको कवर करना है फिर. समझ रही है?
कैसे सर?
एक फ्लैश कार्ड दोनों तरफ यूज किया है ना, कोई दोनों तरफ से यूज
हाँ
किया
जी
था ना.
सर, ये वाला.
हाँ, अगर हम
जी
दोनों,
सर.
हाँ अगर हम दोनों तरफ से यूज कर रहे हैं तो फिर इसको कवर करना पड़ेगा हमें, है ना. क्योंकि जब आपने इसको
कवर किससे करूँ
मैं
सर?
बता रहा हूँ, जब आपने इसको दिखाया ना तो वो बच्चों को वो बैक साइड
जी
दिख गई है. ठीक है,
ओके ओके ओके.
समझ रहे
जी
हो.
जी सर.
अदरवाइज तो अगर एक ही साइड फोटो है तो पिछला तो ब्लैंक ही होगा, वो हम बैक साइड करके पहले रखेंगे, जब दिखाना है तब हम उसको फ्रंट साइड दिखा देंगे. ठीक है. और
हाँ जी.
हाँ, और इसमें क्या बात है कि ये जो फ्लैश कार्ड है ना, वो दिखा के खुद ही बता दिया आपने कि क्या है ना.
हाँ जी
हाँ,
सर.
वो
ओके. हाँ जी हाँ जी. sorry,
इंडक्टिव
sir.
डिडक्टिव वाली बात नहीं रही इसमें. ठीक है, एक एग्जाम्पल खुद दे
जी
दो,
सर.
एक एग्जाम्पल बच्चे से पूछ लो, तभी प्यूपिल
ओके
पार्टिसिपेशन
सर.
बढ़ेगी. अदरवाइज फ्लैश कार्ड अच्छे
जी
बनाए
सर.
हैं भाई, सारे जने ध्यान दो, ऐसे ही फ्लैश कार्ड होने चाहिए. ठीक है. अब ये प्रोसेस का फ्लैश कार्ड का कोई मतलब नहीं है. ये क्या बनाया है? प्रोसेस बनाया है. ये क्या है?
सर ये ना एक्चुअली ना मेरे को इसकी इमेजेस ना मिल नहीं रही थी. मैंने सभी मॉडल्स की ना ढूंढने की कोशिश की, पर मेरे को ना इमेजेस नहीं मिल रही थी. तो मैंने ना लाइक कस्टमर की भी आई ट्राइड टू ड्रॉ, बट कुछ एरियाज में पिक्चर्स होती हैं, कुछ नहीं होती.
हाँ हाँ
इसीलिए मैंने लाइक इसको एक सेकंड सर.
हाँ.
जी एक सेकंड. तो मैंने इसीलिए इस फॉर्म में इसको प्रेजेंट किया है
तो
एंड विद एग्जांपल.
बच्चे वो ठीक है, लेकिन वो ना बहुत छोटा है, उसका कोई पर्पस ही नहीं, फायदा ही नहीं कोई बनाने का. अगर आपने वो करना
हाँ
ही है,
जी ये तो है.
हाँ अगर
ये
आपने
है सर, छोटा है.
हाँ अगर आपने ये कंसेप्ट समझाने हैं तो ब्लैक बोर्ड पे समझाओ. ठीक है. हाँ, क्योंकि ये वाले कंसेप्ट फ्लैश कार्ड पे ठीक नहीं रहेंगे.
सर चार्ट एक बार नोट कर दूं.
नहीं, चार्ट ठीक है, आपका चार्ट अच्छा ही होता है, वो मैंने देख रखा है पहले भी, है ना. हाँ चलो नेक्स्ट स्टूडेंट भाई.
Okay.
वेरी गुड बच्चे. नेक्स्ट स्टूडेंट.
Good morning to all students.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Now we are going to today we are going to very interesting topic. Because start the topic, I will ask you a situation. Please listen carefully and tell me the answer. Suppose there are two persons, Rohan and Sohan. They want to start a business, but due to lack of funds, they are unable to start. One day they meet and decide to start a business together. They invest rupees 5 lakh each. They invest rupees 5 lakh each and they share the profits equally. What do we call the form of business should Rohan and Sohan want to start?
Partnership. Partnership.
Very good. Very good, Jaspreet. Now,
today we will discuss about the partnership and its features. Now please open your book, open your notebook and write down the meaning of partnership. Partnership is a form of arrangement between two or more parties to manage and to operate a business and share profit. पार्टनरशिप एक फॉर्म ऑफ अरेंजमेंट है बिटवीन टू और मोर पार्टीज के बीच में. इसमें ये है कि हम इसमें मैनेज किया जाता है, हम बिजनेस को ऑपरेट करते हैं और जो हमारा प्रॉफिट्स है उसको हम शेयर करते हैं. Now understood the meaning of partnership, students? Meaning is clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, definition of partnership. According to the Indian Partnership Act 1932, partnership is the relation between two persons which they are agreed to share its profit earned by all. According to Indian Partnership Act 1932 के बिहाफ पे कि पार्टनरशिप एक रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन है टू और मोर पर्सन्स के बीच में. यहाँ हम एग्री होता है कि जो हमारा शेयर्स है वो हमारे बीच में जो पार्टनर्स है उनमें इक्वली डिवाइड किया जाएगा और अगर इसमें कोई रिस्क भी है वो भी सब इक्वली शेयर किया जाता है पार्टनरशिप एक्ट 1932 के बिहाफ पर. डेफिनेशन क्लियर है स्टूडेंट्स?
Yes, ma'am.
Now let's move. Features of partnership. चार्ट विजिबल है सबको? चार्ट विजिबल है?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Now we will discuss about the features of partnership. अब इसको वैसे ही मैं बोल दूं सर क्योंकि यहाँ पे थोड़ा ना फोन को मैनेज नहीं कर पा रही मैं.
फोन पास ले जाओ ना, उसके फर्स्ट पॉइंट दिखा दो बस.
हाँ जी सर. तो मैं ऐसे वन बाय वन जैसे इसकी एक्सप्लेनेशन दूंगी. फर्स्ट है हमारा एग्रीमेंट. पार्टनरशिप जो है हमारा ये एग्रीमेंट होता है बिटवीन टू और मोर पर्सन्स के बीच में
जिसमें हम ये हमारा जो एग्रीमेंट है वो ऑरल भी हो सकता है और रिटन फॉर्म में भी हो सकता है, और इस एग्रीमेंट के बीच में हमारी जो प्रॉफिट शेयरिंग रेशो है, जो हमारा रिस्क है, वो सब कुछ इस एग्रीमेंट में डिसाइड किया जाता है। जो हमारी कैपिटल जो पार्टनर लगा रहा है, जो कोई भी शेयर्स है, जो भी प्रॉफिट है, वो सब इस एग्रीमेंट के बीच में किया जाता है। सो नेक्स्ट, पहले आप मुझे ये नेक्स्ट मैं आपको एक क्वेश्चन पूछती हूँ। मिनिमम मेंबर्स ऑफ रिक्वायर्ड इन द पार्टनरशिप फॉर्म, मिनिमम कितने मेंबर्स होने चाहिए? 2।
मिनिमम 2।
ठीक है, वेरी गुड। और मैक्सिमम कितने होते हैं? मैक्सिमम नंबर जो हमारे पर्सन वो 20 हो सकते हैं हमारी पार्टनरशिप डीड में। ओके, 2 और मोर पर्सन, जो हमारा पार्टनरशिप फॉर्म है वो 2 और मोर पर्सन के बीच वाला पार्टनरशिप बिजनेस होता है। इसमें 2 और मोर पर्सन जो हैं वो बिजनेस करते हैं, जो उनकी प्रॉफिट शेयरिंग रेशियो है, जो उनका प्रॉफिट है, वो सब इसको शेयर करते हैं। नेक्स्ट हमारा आ गया लॉफुल बिजनेस। ओके, पार्टनरशिप इज अ लॉफुल बिजनेस। Tell me students, partnership is a lawful business? Okay. Partnership is a lawful business, but मार्केटिंग और स्मगलिंग, बिजनेस ऑफ स्मगलिंग हुआ, और जो हमारी ब्लैक मार्केटिंग है वो हमारा इज नॉट द लॉफुल बिजनेस इन द आईज ऑफ लॉ। नेक्स्ट हमारा आ गया शेयरिंग ऑफ प्रॉफिट। जो हमारा शेयरिंग ऑफ प्रॉफिट में ये है कि जो हमारे पार्टनर्स हैं वो जो उनका शेयर्स होता है वो इक्वली ही शेयर करते हैं। शेयरिंग ऑफ प्रॉफिट जो उनकी अगर इन द एब्सेंस ऑफ पार्टनरशिप डीड अगर एब्सेंट हुई है तो वो इन द एब्सेंस ऑफ पार्टनरशिप डीड profit sharing ratio इक्वल। अगर हमारी पार्टनरशिप डीड एब्सेंट है तो जो हमारी शेयर है वो हम इक्वली ही डिवाइड करते हैं। नेक्स्ट हमारी आती है अनलिमिटेड लाइबिलिटी। इन केस ऑफ एनी इमरजेंसी व्हेन फर्म्स एसेट्स आर नॉट सफिशिएंट, अगर हमारे पास सफिशिएंट पार्टनर्स के एसेट्स नहीं है तो उसको हमने जो फर्म के एसेट्स है उनको तो कवर अप करना ही है, जो फर्म का लॉस है उसको तो हमने कवर अप करना ही है। तो ये है कि अनलिमिटेड लाइबिलिटी है कि अगर कोई पार्टनर है तो कोई लॉस हो चुका है तो उसका हम फॉर एग्जांपल हम घर सेल कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि जो हमारा लाइफ है तो हमने करनी है पार्टनरशिप फॉर्म। ठीक है, रिस्ट्रिक्शन ऑन ट्रांसफर ऑफ शेयर्स। इसमें ये है कि हम अपना कोई भी जो शेयर्स है वो किसी दूसरे को ट्रांसफर नहीं कर सकते। जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल ए, बी एंड सी 3 पार्टनर्स हैं। ए जो है वो अपना शेयर सेल करना चाहता है डी को, बिकॉज उसकी हेल्थ अब उसे परमिट नहीं करती कि वो अपना काम जो है उसको आगे बढ़ाए, लेकिन वो ऐसे नहीं अपना जो शेयर्स है वो डी को सेल कर देगा जितनी देर तक वो बी और सी की प्रेजेंस ना हो। तो ये है कि रिस्ट्रिक्शन है हमारी ट्रांसफर ऑफ शेयर्स के बीच में। बिजनेस मोटिव, ये जो हमारा पार्टनरशिप है ये एक बिजनेस मोटिव बिजनेस है, और इसमें ये है कि हमें प्रॉफिट शेयरिंग बिजनेस भी है। इसमें जो हमारा प्रॉफिट है वो हमें देखा जाता है। नेक्स्ट हमारा आ गया शेयरिंग रिस्क। पार्टनरशिप में ये है कि अगर हम अपना प्रॉफिट शेयर करते हैं तो उसके साथ साथ हमें अपना जो रिस्क है वो भी शेयर करना होता है, और शेयर भी हमने शेयर करना है रिस्क भी, वो भी हमारा सेम इक्वल रेशो में ही रिस्क जो है शेयर किया जाता है। जैसे कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ डिफरेंट स्किल्स, इसमें मैं एक एग्जांपल देना चाहूंगी कि जैसे हमारे लेसन प्लान्स है, इसमें सबके पास डिफरेंट स्किल्स है। जैसे मुस्कान हो गए, मेगा चुग हो गए और अमनजोत हो गए, उनके सबके पास, जैसे मुस्कान के पास टैलेंट है कि वो कैसे अपने लेसन प्लान को प्रेजेंट करते हैं। जो अमनजोत है उनके पास दूसरी स्किल है कि वो कैसे प्रेजेंट करते हैं, कैसे फ्लैश कार्ड वगैरह अच्छे से या ब्लैक बोर्ड राइटिंग अच्छे से प्रेजेंट करके हमको शो करते हैं। तो हमारे ये सबके पास डिफरेंट स्किल्स होती हैं। तो पार्टनरशिप में भी यही है कि डिफरेंट पार्टनर्स होते हैं, डिफरेंट पार्टनर्स के पास डिफरेंट स्किल्स होती है। उसके बिहाफ पे जो हमारा है मतलब हमारा बिजनेस को रन किया जाता है, किसी के पास एक्सपीरियंस होता है, किसी के पास स्किल्स होती है, कोई बहुत अच्छे से मैनेज कर देता है। तो इसमें ये है कि ये कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ डिफरेंट स्किल्स के ऊपर है। वॉलंटियर रजिस्ट्रेशन जो हमारी पार्टनरशिप है, वैसे तो रजिस्ट्रेशन इसकी मतलब रिक्वायर्ड नहीं है। हम इसको, आप विश है कि हमने इसको रजिस्टर करना है कि नहीं करना। अगर हम इसको रजिस्टर करवाते हैं, लॉफुल होता है, तो इसमें यह है कि हम इसके जो बेनिफिट्स है उसका मतलब प्रॉफिट मोटिव ले सकते हैं, जो बेनिफिट्स है उनको हम देख सकते हैं। बस हो गया
हाँ
सर?
बच्चे खत्म हो ਗਿਆ ਲੈਸਨ।
यस सर।
ਫੇਰ ਉਹੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੈ, ਦੇਖ ਤੇਰਾ ਲੈਸਨ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈ ਇਹ 11-12 ਮਿੰਟ ਚੱਲਿਆ ਸਿਰਫ।
सर हम हौली हौली थोड़ा होएगा ना एक्सपीरियंस।
ਹੌਲੀ ਹੌਲੀ 1.5 ਮਹੀਨਾ ਤਾਂ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਟੀਪੀ ਲੱਗਦੀ ਨੂੰ, ਹੈ ਨਾ। ਇੱਕ ਹਾਲੇ ਵੀ ਬੱਚੇ ਲੈਸਨ ਪਲਾਨ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿੱਥੋਂ ਦੇਖ ਕੇ ਬਣਾ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ, ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿੱਥੋਂ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਹੋ ਲੈਸਨ ਪਲਾਨ।
सर मैं खुद बनाती है, किथों देखना है?
ਜਿਹੜਾ ਉੱਪਰ ਲਿਖਿਆ ਹੋਇਆ ਹੈ ਇਹ ਡਿਸਕ੍ਰਿਪਸ਼ਨ ਐਂਡ ਏਰੀਆਜ਼, ਦੇਖੋ ਇਹ ਅਸੀਂ ਤਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਲਿਖਵਾਉਂਦੇ ਕਿਤੇ ਵੀ।
सर ये फॉर्मेट ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆ ਨਾ ਏਰੀਆ ਡਿਸਕ੍ਰਿਪਸ਼ਨ, ਸਰ ਇਹ ਦੂਸਰੇ ਵਾਲਾ ਫਾਰਮੈਟ ਹੈ।
ਕਿਹੜਾ ਫਾਰਮੈਟ ਹੈ ਇਹ? ਮੈਂ ਉਹੀ ਤਾਂ ਪੁੱਛ ਰਿਹਾ ਕਿੱਥੋਂ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਇਹ ਫਾਰਮੈਟ।
ਸਰ ਚੀਮਾ ਸਰ ਵਾਲੇ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਾ ਏਰੀਆ ਤੇ ਡਿਸਕ੍ਰਿਪਸ਼ਨ ਹੀ ਉੱਪਰ ਲਿਖਦੇ ਤੇ ਸਰ ਮੈਂ ਸੇਮ ਇੱਦਾਂ ਹੀ ਲਿਖ ਦਿੱਤਾ।
ਨਹੀਂ ਤਾਂ ਉਹ ਇਕਨੋमिक्स है, कॉमर्स है।
ठीक है सर।
और देखो ਇੰਨੀ ਸਪੇਸ ਕਿਉਂ ਖਾਲੀ ਛੱਡਦੇ ਹੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ? ਇੰਨੀ ਸਪੇਸ ਖਾਲੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਛੱਡਣੀ।
ਕਿੱਥੇ ਸਰ? ਸਰ ਲੈਸਨ ਪਲਾਨ
ਜਿੱਥੇ ਡੈਫੀਨੇਸ਼ਨ ਆਫ ਪਾਰਟਨਰਸ਼ਿਪ ਲਿਖਿਆ, और उससे ਅੱਗੇ देखो ਜਿਹੜਾ ਇਹ ਚਾर्ट बनाया है वो चार्ट ਦਾ मार्जिन क्यों नहीं लिखा बच्चे? लगाया मार्जिन।
सर मार्जिन लगा के आ देखो कितना है।
कितने है मार्जिन? मार्जिन कितने है? चार्ट ਤੇ मार्जिन कितने है?
सर ਇਹਦੇ ਸਰ ਚਾਰਟ ਤੇ ਦਾ ਮਾਰਜਿਨ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੋਇਆ ਹੈ ਇਹ ਵਾਲੇ ਤੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ
ਉਹਨੂੰ ਛੱਡ, ਕਾਪੀ ਚ
सिर्फ कॉपी वाले पे नहीं है सर, मैं ध्यान रखूंगा।
और ये चार्ट 2 पार्ट्स करके क्यों बनाया? ये ਇੱਕੋ ਹੀ ਹੋਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਸੀ।
ਸਰ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਤਾ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਆ ਦੇਖੋ ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਲੈਕ ਬੋਰਡ ਤੇ ਸੀਗੇ ਨਾ ਦੋ ਐਕਸਪਲੇਨ ਕਰਨੇ, ਸੋ ਇਹਦੇ ਕਰਕੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਬਾਕੀ ਦੇ ਪੁਆਇੰਟਸ ਰਹਿ ਗਏ ਸੀ ਉਹ ਫਿਰ ਮੈਂ ਇੱਧਰ ਡਿਸਪਲੇ ਕਰ ਦਿੱਤੇ।
ਚਾर्ट ਚੌੜਾ ਕਰ ਲਓ ਨਾ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਚਾर्ट ਨੂੰ ਚੌੜਾ ਕਰ ਲਓ ਨਾ, ਉਹਦੇ ਚ ਚੌੜਾ ਕਰੋਗੇ ਤਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਅੱਛਾ ਲਿਖਿਆ ਜਾਏਗਾ, ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਆ ਜਾਏਗਾ ਚਾर्ट ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਹੈ ਨਾ। ਔਰ ਆ ਚਾर्ट ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਪੁਆਇੰਟ ਨੰਬਰ ਆਈ ਥਿੰਕ 3rd ਹੈ, ਸੈਕੰਡ ਹੈ ਨਾ, ਉਹਦੇ ਚ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਕੀ ਪੁੱਛਿਆ? ਮਿਨੀਮਮ ਨੰਬਰ ਆਫ ਮੈਂਬਰਸ ਰਿਕੁਆਇਰਡ ਟੂ ਸਟਾਰਟ ਪਾਰਟਨਰਸ਼ਿਪ। ਤਾਂ ਮਿਨੀਮਮ ਤੋਂ ਅੱਗੇ ਹੋਰ ਕੁਝ लगेगा ना क्वेश्चन मार्क वाला कोई, हाउ मैनी मेंबर्स, है ना, वो लगाया ही नहीं।
ਵਿੱਚ ਨਾ ਮੈਂ मैक्सिमम भी लिखना भूल गई, ਉਹ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਹੁਣੇ ਯਾਦ ਆਇਆ ਸੀ मैक्सिमम वाला।
ਹਾਂ, ਔਰ ਮੈਂ ਇੱਕ ਲਾਸਟ ਟਾਈਮ ਵੀ ਬੱਚੇ ਨੇ ਇੱਕ ਨੇ ਲੈਸਨ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਸੀਗਾ, ਮੈਂ ਉਦੋਂ ਵੀ ਕਿਹਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਕਿ ਪਾਰਟਨਰਸ਼ਿਪ ਦੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਆਹ ਮੈਂਬਰਸ ਦੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਲਿਮਿਟ ਹੈ ਇਹ ਵੱਧ ਗਈ ਹੈ। ਲੇਟੈਸਟ ਚੈੱਕ ਕਰਿਓ, इंडियन कंपनीज एक्ट ਜਿਹੜਾ ਆਇਆ ਹੈ ਲੇਟੈਸਟ, ਉਹਦੇ ਚ ਚੈੱਕ ਕਰਿਓ, ਠੀਕ ਹੈ। ਔਰ ਇਹੀ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸੇਮ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪੁੱਛਿਆ ਹੈ ਮਿਨੀਮਮ ਨੰਬਰ ਆਫ ਪਾਰਟਨਰਸ ਰਿਕੁਆਇਰਡ, ਉਹੀ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਰੀਕੈਪਚੁਲੇਸ਼ਨ ਚ ਪੁੱਛ ਲਿਆ। ਜਦੋਂ ਇੱਕ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਆਪਾਂ ਅੰਦਰ ਪੁੱਛ ਲਿਆ ਤਾਂ ਸੇਮ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਤਾਂ ਦੁਬਾਰਾ ਪੁੱਛਣ ਦਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਨਹੀਂ ਨਾ, ਕੋਈ ਹੋਰ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਆਪਾਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਬਣਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਠੀਕ ਹੈ। क्लियर है बच्चे?
यस सर।
हाँ, और देखो ऊपर इसी रिकैप्चुलेशन दे ऊपर देखो लिखा है प्यूपल टीचर विल एक्सप्लेन द टॉपिक। वो तो ठीक है, एक्सप्लेन तो टीचर ने करना ही है, टीचर एक्सप्लेन करने दे लिए हुआ थे। गल तो यह है भी प्यूपल टीचर एक्टिविटी के प्यूपल किस तरह कर रहा है उस चीज नू एक्सप्लेन, with the help of blackboard. Pupil teacher will explain with the help of blackboard. हाँ, या विद द हेल्प ऑफ चार्ट, विद द हेल्प ऑफ फ्लैश कार्ड, जो भी ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉੱਥੇ यूज करना है। ठीक है ਬੱਚੇ, ਬਹੁਤ ਉਹਦੀ ਮਿਹਨਤ ਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਹੈ, ਪਿੱਛੇ ਰਹਿ ਜਾਏਗੀ। ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਤੇ
बट आज ਸੀ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਕੌਨਫੀਡੈਂਸ ਆਪਣਾ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਵੀ ਇਦਾਂ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈ।
ਹਾਂ ਦੇਖੋ,
ਲੈਸਨ ਪਲਾਨ
ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਨਾਲੋਂ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ, ਲੇਕਿਨ ਹਲੇ ਵੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਮਤਲਬ ਮਿਹਨਤ ਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਹੈ। ਠੀਕ ਹੈ, ਕੰਪੈਰੀਟਿਵਲੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਬਾਕੀ ਬੱਚੇ ਨੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲੋਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਮਿਹਨਤ ਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਹੈ। ਠੀਕ ਹੈ, ਚਲੋ ਨੈਕਸਟ ਸਟੂडेंट। हाँ विजिबल है बच्चों, कराओ शुरू।
So good morning students.
Good morning, ma'am.
Very good morning students. Today we are going to start a very interesting topic. But before that, I'll give you some situation. Listen the situation very carefully and answer the questions. After that, I will ask some questions. Okay. Suppose a pen manufacturing company has got an order of 10,000 units. But the sales department will able to achieve this target only if the production department produces 10,000 units for the sales department. And the production department will able to produce 10,000 units only if the purchase department purchases the raw material for the same. But students, the company was not able to achieve this target. So tell me, what do you think the problem was there that they were not able to achieve this target? Yes. Why they were not
Lack
able
of
to achieve this
coordination.
target?
Lack of planning.
Lack of coordination.
Yes, very good, Aman. It's lack of coordination because the sales department did not coordinate with the production department and the production department did not coordinate with the purchase department. So because of this reason, they were not able to achieve this target. So students, today we will start a topic, coordination and its features. Note down in your notebooks the meaning of coordination. Coordination binds all the activities of functions of management. It starts with planning itself. So students, the coordination binds all the activities of the functions of management. So students, we all know that we have functions of management: planning, organizing, directing, controlling, and staffing. So controlling will bind all these functions of management. In simple words, we can say controlling is a thread that will take over all the functions of management one by one with it. Let me give you a chart. What's this? What's written here?
Top level.
Top level. This?
Middle level.
This one?
Lower level.
So, we all know the top level make policies and plans and give decisions and orders to the middle level. And middle level take the orders of the top level and coordinate with the lower level. So it means top level needs to coordinate with the middle level and this middle level needs to coordinate with lower level. Only then the targets will be able to achieve efficiently. If the top level did not coordinate with the middle level, then how the lower level will perform their work? Because the work is actually performed by the lower level only. Because they will produce the goods for the company. So they need to coordinate between them. Only then the company can perform well. So it means coordination goes with the functions of management as well as within the departments also. So students, our next topic is coordination is essence of management. So in this topic, you are very familiar with the words coordination and the management. The new one for you is essence. So students, coordination is a sense of management means that coordination is not a separate function. It is not a separate function, but it is a part of every function of management. Now you can say it is included in every function of management. Let me give example one by one. We know our first function of management is planning. So how the coordination works in planning? For example, the sales, to achieve the target, the sales department needs to coordinate with production department. If they will not coordinate, the targets will not be achieved. So it means they need to plan well how much sales will be in this year, and so that production department is ready for the work. Second function is organizing. In organizing, we need to coordinate between the resources and the activities to be performed. For example, students, if we want to perform 10,000 units in this month, so we need to have the resources well so that we can produce 10,000 units. So there needs to be coordinate between the activities which we need to perform and the resources which we are having. Third one with us is staffing. As we know, staffing is recruiting the person at the right place, at the right job. So this, how we will coordinate? We need to check the skills of the person and we will allocate the jobs according to that only. We need to coordinate between the skills and the jobs assigned to them. For example, if someone has done marketing in his studies, then how we can take the work from his as a to finance. So we need to coordinate that what skills he is having, only according to that we can give him a job. Next is directing. Directing is all about motivating, supervising. So we need to coordinate between the motivation also. For example, if Mr. A will get motivated only by monetary incentives, for example, by hike in salaries or by incentives, then only by through only that I can motivate him. But in other side, Mr. B want a status and prestige in the company, so I can motivate him only by giving this reward only as a incentive. So in directing, we need to coordinate between the motivation and their needs. So according to their needs, according to their choices, we need to motivate them. Last is a controlling function of management. Now, as we know in controlling, there are the actual performance comparison between the standards. So in that also we need to coordinate between the standards and the actual performance done. So students, we need to coordinate between all these functions of management. That's why it is called that coordination is an essence of management. So our next topic with us is features of coordination. Write down in notebooks features of coordination. So, the first feature of coordination is coordination integrates group efforts. Coordination integrates group efforts means, students, that coordination is not a work. An individual cannot achieve the targets only independently. There needs to be a coordination between the every group of efforts. For example, a sales department cannot achieve the target unless the production department helps it. And the production department cannot produce the goods until and unless purchase department produce it. So it means there is a group efforts through which we can achieve the targets. So coordination is very important element in the functions of the management and achieving the target. And next is coordination is needed at all levels of management. So students, as we have discussed just right now, that there are different types of levels of management. So, okay, now someone tell me what were the levels of management we have just discussed. I have shown the flashcard to you according. What was levels of management?
Top, middle, and low.
Yes, Muskan, very good. It was top level, middle level, and the lower level. Very good, students. So coordination is needed at all levels of management. At top level also, at middle level also, and at the lower level also.
ठीक है बच्चे,
As I have
बस
discussed,
कर
in top level management, there's need to coordinate the.
दिव्या, बस कर। ये चार्ट दिखाना जरा। ये इसमें ये छोटी छोटी पट्टियां सी क्यों लगाई हैं इसमें स्ट्रिप्स? इसका साइज बड़ा क्यों नहीं लिखा आपने?
ये स्ट्रिप्स का सर?
हाँ, ये जो ब्लू कलर में लगाई हैं स्ट्रिप्स, ये बड़ी करके लिख देते हैं ना। ठीक है,
वो सर एक्चुअली मैं बड़ा करके लिखा तो वो बहुत। ठीक है सर, नेक्स्ट टाइम मैं थोड़ा इसको बड़ा लिख दूंगी।
और ये जो सारे आपने यहाँ लिखे हैं, आपका लेसन पहले से तो बहुत अच्छा है, लेकिन कुछ कमियां अभी भी हैं। जैसे ये आपने लिखे हैं इस पे पॉइंट्स है ना, वो पॉइंट्स का जो फॉन्ट है वो सारा सेम नहीं है। अब आपका जो मैनेजमेंट लिखा है, प्रोसेस लिखा है, इनका देखो फॉन्ट बहुत फर्क है।
ये सर, ये बड़ा छोटा हो गया था, हाँ जी सर,
है ना। और देखो आपने जो इसका मार्जिन लगाया है, जो मार्जिन लगाया है, वो मार्जिन के बाहर आपने लिखा है फीचर्स ऑफ कोऑर्डिनेशन। मार्जिन के बाहर कुछ नहीं लिखना, मार्जिन के बाहर नहीं लिखेंगे हम, अंदर ही आएगा सारा कुछ। ठीक है, एक तो बात ये है। और आपने जो प्रेजेंटेशन ऑफ टॉपिक लिखा है उसमें आपने क्वेश्चन आंसर नहीं लिखा कि प्यूपिल टीचर जो है वो क्वेश्चन आंसर मेथड से पढ़ाएगा या टेक्निक लगाएगा। ठीक है
सर, उसमें जैसे लेक्चर कम डिस्कशन मेथड है तो फिर ये डिस्कशन में इंक्लूड नहीं होगा?
नहीं, डिस्कशन में क्वेश्चन नहीं आएगा। मैंने लाइन लिखवाई है हमेशा, लिख लाइन।
ठीक है, मतलब
ठीक है। और जो आपने
मतलब उसमें मैंने लिखना है क्वेश्चनिंग स्किल्स आल्सो।
प्यूपिल टीचर विल आस्क क्वेश्चंस फ्रॉम टाइम टू टाइम टू कीप स्टूडेंट्स एक्टिव। ठीक है,
Okay.
और ये जो आपने लेसन
Okay, sir.
लेसन के स्टार्टिंग में पहला फ्लैश कार्ड दिखाया, टॉप लेवल, मिडिल लेवल, लोअर लेवल, है ना? कहाँ है वो दिखाओ जरा।
Yes, sir.
हाँ, ये अच्छा बनाया है बहुत, लेकिन इसका बच्चे मार्जिन कहाँ गया?
सर फ्लैश कार्ड का भी मार्जिन बनाना
हर चीज का मार्जिन होता है, और इसमें मैंने कहा था नीचे नीचे पकड़,
ये इसे मेरे को भी चाहिए।
इसमें मैंने कहा था नीचे पकड़ने के लिए एक डंडी भी लगानी है।
सर एक्चुअली मेरे पास अवेलेबल नहीं था, मैंने स्केल लगाया नीचे
हाँ हाँ,
छोटा
स्केल
सा।
ठीक है, बस स्केल ठीक है, नो
मेरे
प्रॉब्लम।
पास अभी अवेलेबल नहीं था कुछ।
हाँ अच्छा, आप ना इसमें लोअर
Yes,
लेवल
sir.
देखो कहाँ लिखा है, लोअर लेवल।
ये रहा सर नीचे।
हाँ, ये जो लेवल का वी है ना, वो लेवल में नहीं है, चेक करो। लेवल में जो वी लिखा है,
उसमें सर लेसन में नहीं लिखा मैंने।
नहीं लिखा है, यही है, सेम है।
नहीं यहाँ पे तो सर लिखा हुआ है।
लिखा है लेवल में जो वी है ना, वो उस लाइन से ऊपर चला गया ना, वो लेवल में नहीं ना आया,
यस सर।
वो लेवल में नहीं आया, देखो।
ओके सर।
नहीं है ना लेवल में।
ओके सर।
हाँ,
यस सर, वो थोड़ा मार्जिन
ऊपर हो
यस
गया
सर।
है ना, और ये बीच में बहुत स्पेस खाली छोड़ी है बच्चे आपने ना लेसन में, ठीक है, वो स्पेस खाली नहीं छोड़नी। और ये जो आपने पीछे लेसन प्लान के एंड में जो रिकैप्चुलेशन वगैरह लगाया है, वो चार्ट देखो, लगाए हैं ना रिकैप्चुलेशन के चार्ट।
यस सर।
वो चार्ट बनाए हैं कि क्या है, वैसे ही कलर पेज लगा
यस सर।
दिया?
नहीं सर,
रिकैप्चुलेशन,
वो मैंने जो मेरे को एज अ मैक्रो लेसन के जो वो भेजे थे ना मेरे को डेमोस, आपने वहाँ पे भेजे हुए थे जो सैंपल्स, उसमें वहाँ पे लगाए हुए थे चार्ट थोड़े इनोवेटिव वे से, तो मैंने लगा दिया।
नहीं नहीं, मैंने तो देखो हमेशा मना किया, मैंने कहा है अगर आपने रिकैप्चुलेशन का चार्ट
मतलब
बनाया
मैंने
है।
चार्ट नहीं बनाया सर, वो
क्या कह रहे हो?
मैंने सर बस वो थोड़ी सर आर्ट के लिए बस वो
नहीं
चार्ट
नहीं
लगाया है,
नहीं नहीं
वैसे
नहीं।
मैंने चार्ट नहीं बनाया।
हाँ नहीं नहीं, फिर ना आप उसको सिंपल ही लिखो, आप उसको सिंपल लिख के उसके ऊपर कलर कर दो, जो वो क्रेयॉन्स नहीं होते, अगर करना ही चाहते हो कलरफुल तो, है ना?
ओके सर।
हाँ हाँ। अ,
ठीक है सर। ओके सर।
हाँ, बाकी तो ठीक है बच्चे, तुम्हारा पढ़ाने का तरीका भी सब कुछ ठीक है, नो प्रॉब्लम एट ऑल, कॉन्फिडेंस लेवल भी है। अच्छा, एक ना ये जो ब्लैक बोर्ड दिखाना मेरे को। अच्छा, रब कर दिया? तो इस पे मुझे लग रहा था कि बहुत छोटा लिखा हुआ है,
यस सर।
ठीक है, वो थोड़ा साइज उसका बड़ा करो, हैं? और एक आप लेसन में ना,
ओके सर, नेक्स्ट टाइम
हाँ,
थोड़ा बड़ा
एक
लिखूंगी।
लेसन में ना आप सो बहुत बोलते हो, सो सो हर दो, एक दो मिनट के बाद आपका सो आता है,
ओके सर।
सो नहीं बोलना इतना ज्यादा, ठीक है? और आपने ये लेसन प्लान का नंबर नहीं लिखा,
यस सर।
लेसन प्लान पे
यस सर।
लेसन प्लान का नंबर नहीं लिखा बच्चे, लेसन प्लान पे।
वो एक्चुअली सर मैंने अभी पिछले बनाए नहीं थे ना, तो वो सर एक्चुअली मैं भी पिछले रहते हैं ना बनाने में, मैंने सेकंड लेसन प्लान दिया था, तो मेरे भी पिछले पड़े थे, मेरे को पता नहीं था कितने दे दिए हैं, तो मैंने लिखा
तो
नहीं।
मैंने तो ये लिखा ही हुआ है, 17 18 19 में ये लेसन चल रहा है
मतलब
आपका।
फिर सीक्वेंस खराब हो जाता है ना।
हाँ तो बनाओ ना, फिर वो खत्म करो ना।
मतलब नंबर नहीं पता था सर कि कौन सा नंबर चल रहा
17 18 19 वो लिख
है।
तो
सर मैं
रखा है।
बनाऊंगी अभी, मतलब
नेक्स्ट टाइम से फिर मैं लेसन नहीं लूंगा ऐसे, फिर ठीक है?
यस सर।
हाँ, इसको काम को खत्म करो, अदरवाइज इकट्ठा ही होता जाएगा फिर ये काम, ठीक है?
ओके सर।
हाँ चलो ठीक है बच्चे।
Good morning, students.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am. Students. Today we are going to today we are going to learn a very new and interesting topic. But before introduction of the topic, I'll ask you some questions, right? So just don't give me collective response. Just unmute your mic and respond accordingly. Tell me, students, what is the exchange of goods between the group of people is called?
Trade.
Yeah, there is a I'm not saying there is a change of money too. I just mentioned goods.
Barter
That's
system.
very good. So my next question is change services with money is called.
Trade.
Yes, very good, Muskan. So what are the types of trade?
Internal and external.
Very good, Muskan. Very good. So my next and last question is, if there is a trade between India and America, so this comes under which type of trade?
External trade.
External.
Yes, very
External.
Muskan. Now we are starting with a new topic, international external trade. International trade. International trade is the exchange of goods and services between the different nations or between two or more than two nations, right? So there is an exchange of goods and services from one country to another. So there is exchange of goods, or there could be a movement of goods, or there could be a trade of goods and services. Right? So international trade is the exchange of goods and services, or the trade of or the movement of goods and services from one nation to another nation. Right? So these movement, so I'm mentioning over here the exchange or the movement of goods and services from one nation to another. So it consists of the movement or the exchange or the trade of goods and services. So this exchange moving in two directions, that is imports and exports. So I'm showing you a flashcard. Kindly watch carefully and respond accordingly. Students, there is a flashcard of import. Import is the flowing of goods into a country or into a nation from abroad. So students, what is written over here? Kindly just read it out loudly. Students, what is written over here?
Goods and services.
Yes.
That enter into a country
That
for
enter
sale.
into for country for sale.
Yes, very good. So there is a exchange of goods and services that enter into a country for sale. That means we are receiving the goods from another country, or we are entering the goods, or we are receiving the goods from another country. Like for example, I have mentioned over here oil. We are importing oil from another country or from OPEC. OPEC is the organization of OPEC. OPEC is the organization of petroleum exporting countries. These includes the 5 countries: Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, and Venezuela. So these 5 countries are the founder member of the OPEC, right? Iran, Iraq, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, and Venezuela, right? So these 5 countries, we are importing oil from these 5 countries or from OPEC, right? Students, just watch this flashcard carefully. What is written over here? Just speak up loudly what has been written on the flashcard.
Goods and services that leave a country for sale in another country. Exports.
Yes, very good. So the exports are the flowing of goods and services that or the goods and services that leave a country for sale in another country. So we are sending the goods to another country. We are sending the goods and services from our nation to another nation or to another country, right? Here I have pasted one example: spices.
spices India is the world's largest producer, consumer and exporter of spices. We are sending or export to another countries spices, right? So India is producing 75 varieties of spices, right? So this is basically the import and export is. Now you are clearly understand import and export. Import is when we are receiving the goods from another country, and export is when we are sending the goods to another country for sale, right? Now just take out your notebooks and write down the meaning of or the definition of international trade according to Wasserman, Wasserman, and Haltman, Haltman. Haltman. So according to Wasserman and Haltman, international trade consists of transactions between the residents of different countries. So international trade is basically consists of the transactions between the residents of different countries or between the residents of different nations. So I am highlighting this word transactions. So basically what this word transaction is the movement of or the exchange of goods and services, like say the goods like capital machinery, electronics, television sets, clothing. So these are goods. We are exchanging goods from one country to another. And services like payments and royalties, tourism and technologies. So these are the goods and services. We are exchanging goods and services across international borders. Are you clear with this word transaction?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So international trade consists of transactions between the residents of different nations. See students, all countries need goods and services to satisfy the want of their people, right? Generally, no country, not even a single country is self-sufficient. It has to depend upon other countries to meet their requirements. So there is an exchange of goods and services between the residents of different nations or different countries to meet the demands or to meet the nation's demand or requirements accordingly. Right? Have you written down this definition?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now moving ahead in this topic, international trade. International trade. So why there is a need to do international trade, or why does international trade occur, right? So there is a fundamental concept of underlying global trade is the concept of comparative advantage. Just write down in your notebook, students, the concept of comparative advantage, which has been introduced by David Ricardo. RECARDO, David Ricardo in early 19th century. Right? So the concept of basically the doctrine of comparative advantage by David Ricardo in 19th century, in nutshell, the doctrine of comparative advantage states that a country can produce some goods and services more cheaply than other countries. In technical terms, we can say that comparative advantage means a country is able to, or a country can produce specific goods and services in lower opportunity cost than other country, right? So I'm giving you a small, very good example to make it more clear to you, the concept of comparative advantage, right? Students, have you written down the founder of this comparative advantage?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So further now we'll do the example of comparative advantage. See students, India produce more wheat, right? India is capable enough to produce more wheat. Consequently, India has comparative advantage in producing wheat because India can produce more cheaply. India can produce wheat more cheaply than other countries because it has resources in them available to them. So, and on the other hand, Japan has comparative advantage in producing DVDs, right? So now I'm showing you the table wheat DVDs. Here is the country India. On the other hand, Japan. So now India is producing wheat. India is producing 50 bags of wheat and on the other hand 10 DVDs, right? Now Japan is producing 15 bags of wheat and 70 DVDs, right? So now you can see on the blackboard, India is producing 50 bags of wheat by using all available resources, right? And 10 DVDs. Japan is producing 15 bags of wheat and 70 DVDs by using all available inputs that they have, right? So students, tell me which product India has to produce and which product Japan has to produce. In which
India should produce wheat and Japan should go for DVD.
Yes, very good, Muskan. Just have your seat. Now, as Muskan said, India has to produce wheat and Japan has to produce DVDs in which they are capable enough to produce wheat cheaply or to produce DVDs cheaply. Now, students, well, Japan is much more efficient in producing DVDs than India, and India is much more efficient in producing wheat than Japan, right? So students, but both countries need both products. Now what will they do? Vita? Both countries need both products, wheat and DVDs. Now what will they do?
They can buy
India
from
sh-
each other.
India should export it and import the DVDs from Japan.
Yes, very good, Muskan. Excellent. So both countries need both products. So it makes sense for India to provide wheat to Japan in exchange of DVDs that made in Japan. So basically, the goods which cannot be produced at a reasonable cost will be imported from another country, right? So country Japan may import wheat because it doesn't have much enough, but exports DVDs because it has DVDs in abundance, right? So this is an example of comparative advantage. Whosoever has the comparative advantage in producing the product, India has to go for that product and import another product in exchange of that, right? Are you clear with this example, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Very good, students.
ठीक है बच्चे, बस कर। नवनीत बस कर। हाँ ठीक है बच्चे, बहुत अच्छा है,
Yes, sir.
बहुत अच्छा प्रेजेंटेशन है, बस थोड़ा ਜਿਹੜਾ ਪੀਕੇ ਟੈਸਟਿੰਗ ਦਾ ਫਰਸਟ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਹੋਇਆ ਹੈ ਨਾ, ਉਹ ਗੜਬੜ ਹੋ ਗਈ। ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਨਾ, ਉੱਥੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੇ ਵਾਟਰ ਸਿਸਟਮ ਆਨਸਰ ਆਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਤੇ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਉਹਦੇ ਅਕੋਰਡਿੰਗਲੀ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ। ਠੀਕ ਹੈ, ਅਦਰਵਾਈਜ਼ ਬਾਕੀ ਸਾਰਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਵਧੀਆ ਹੈ। ਠੀਕ ਹੈ, ਵੈਰੀ ਗੁੱਡ।
What? Yeah. First question sir skip कर दा, 3 question।
नहीं फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन रखना है।
या क्वेश्चन ਦੀ ਫਾਰਮ ਚੇਂਜ ਕਰਾਂ
हाँ हाँ, क्वेश्चन ਦੀ ਫਾਰਮ ਚੇਂਜ ਕਰਨ ਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ, ਹੈ ਨਾ। हाँ चलो ठीक है बच्चे,
थैंक यू सर।
हाँ।